Well, big news this week. The 2024 class for the NASCAR Hall of Fame, the nominees were announced this week. And once again, it's quite a list in three categories. You've got the Modern Era, you've got the Pioneer Award, and of course the Landmark Award. And you see there are going to be some fun discussions being had between now and the actual announcement of who gets in and who doesn't get in for the class of 2024. Dale Jarrett, let me start with you. What do you see there in terms of maybe the obvious or the choice that needs to be made in this class of 2024?
Yeah, this is the hardest thing when we get to this point because you realize that everyone on that list is there for a reason and they're deserving. But I will go straight to the obvious in the Modern Era, and that is 7-time champion, 5 championships in a row, Mr. Jimmie Johnson. Just an incredible career, and he is going to get in on this first ballot. My only request, and this comes off the heels of a number of years ago when someone decided not to put Jeff Gordon on their ballot and make it a unanimous ballot for Jeff Gordon. That better not happen with Jimmie Johnson, because there's no reason for anyone to be leaving him off. I understand that some people realize, okay, well, he's going to get in, I'm going to put my vote somewhere else. That's not the way this works, folks. If you have a vote, you better be putting Jimmie Johnson there. And so we know that. From that point, again, you get to the others and very deserving careers. I'm going to go to our own Jeff Burton, because Jeff encompasses so many things and what he's done in and for this sport. Tremendous race driver, great chassis man, worked extremely hard throughout his entire career. And he's carried that over from being a winning race driver, winning big races, to the point of being a leader in the TV world today for NBC Sports. And just amazing what he's been able to do. So I think, I look at Jeff a lot like my dad, who encompasses so many things. My dad did win the championships. Jeff came close with that. And so I consider him a championship caliber driver. But the things he's done away from the track with his TV work, with his safety initiatives for the drivers, I just think that he's very deserving of getting in. And of course, you go to the other side with Chad Knaus. He was right there beside JJ with all of those wins.
Yeah, I echo exactly the same sentiments that DJ has. As I look at it, the only thing I wonder is, do you split the vote, or do you have one vote for Chad Knaus and Jimmie Johnson? You can't really say one without the other, in my opinion. Yeah. But both of these guys are going to be obviously first ballot Hall of Famers and just change the landscape of the sport. That 5 championships in a row. And in my thinking, that is the most incredible accomplishment in all of sport. Baseball, basketball, football, hockey, golf, whatever. When someone wins 5 championships in a row at a major level, that is absolutely fantastic and incredible. So both of those guys well deserving. It's so tough because only 3 guys total, or 3 people total, have the opportunity to get into the Hall of Fame. This Hall of Fame has gotten really, really difficult and hard to get into. And there's so many deserving people on the list. I echo Jeff Burton. I mean, my goodness, he's done so much for the sport. And I think that's what's important, is when you have someone who has given so much to the sport overall, whether it be on the racetrack, off the racetrack, doing the television, being head of the Drivers' Council, doing so much giving back. I think his career warrants being a Hall of Famer. And you look on the pioneering side of things too, and that becomes more of a personal thing with people we know, those legends of the sport. And for me, thinking about a guy like Banjo Matthews, growing up in that area up in Western North Carolina, and some of those people, it's so difficult, man. I wish they would give at least 5 guys an opportunity, or gals an opportunity, but that's what makes it special.
Well, and that Pioneer ballot is very interesting, too, because you have a guy like A.J. Foyt on there who, because I cover IndyCar, I get a chance to spend some time around. And when you think about drivers who did it all and maybe had an opportunity to take their career wherever they wanted to, A.J. was the man, and he won 7 times in NASCAR. So I believe he's deserving of the Pioneer ballot nomination. And while we still have him, I know that's been kind of important to do for a lot of these drivers before they're no longer with us. And AJ he's still tough as Texas, but he's getting on in years. So DJ, I think I'd like to see him in there and see him be a part of the NASCAR world in this way.
Yeah, well, you both bring up good choices there. Obviously, with Banjo, we have worked with Banjo a lot through the years, and helping me get my career started and things. And you know, they're if you're talking about a Hall of Fame and AJ Foyt is mentioned in it, it really shouldn't. He shouldn't be kept out of it because he contributed so much to every form of motorsports. But in this case, I'm looking more at people that gave their entire careers to most specifically NASCAR and you know, from the short tracks to everything. And Sam Ard just jumps out at me. You know, when the Busch Grand National Series that is now the Xfinity Series was started in 1982, you know, Sam Ard was a short track racer that did things his way. He built the cars. He had a great engine builder with B&R down in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina area. But Sam and Jesse Koch built these race cars, and they were totally different than other people. So I lean towards Sam Ard. That's just what, to me, this sport and this Hall of Fame and this particular category encompasses are those people that basically gave their entire careers to being successful and helping make the sport more successful.